Okay, in the last little bit that we have, I want to talk about the spring market. I think we'd be remiss to not talk about the spring market, considering...
That's what our people are here for. We save the best for last, honestly.
That's right. So, what about inventory? What are your realtors telling you? What are you hearing?
The realtors are telling me that there certainly is more inventory. And you know what? We had a couple people snap back at us on TikTok and Instagram recently, Todd, us talking about inventory in the real estate market. They're like, that's what every realtor says. Well, first off, we're not realtors.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that there are certainly more units of inventory on the market, and a unit is someone's home.
Mm-hmm.
I know we talk about these as deals and mortgages and transactions, but it's a home. There are more homes on the market, which is good for home buyers, first time or otherwise, and they are sitting on the market for more days on average.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is important to know. Specifically, if you're entering the real estate market, you know, I think there's going to be more negotiating going on. I think there's going to be more conditions. I think there's going to be more days for due diligence, which is really good news for home buyers.
Yeah.
Honestly, seek the advice of a licensed real estate professional. You know, your dad, your mom, your uncle, whoever, you know, they might not have done a transaction for 20 years. A lot changes. Seek the advice of a realtor. They know what's going on. They're doing this every single day. And it's exciting for us. We have so many people pre-approved. I think we've done more pre-approvals, Todd, in the last 4 months than we have done in the last 12, probably.
Wow.
People are getting motivated again because, you know, the rates are starting to soften. Maybe not so much fixed rates and variable just yet. There's been even a little uptick in the fixed rates. That bond market, it's a pesky little bugger, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, I think going into the spring, things are going to be stable. And we're really in prime time. Between now and the end of June, middle of June, I think it's going to be gangbusters. And I can tell you, I was away last week. It was nice to have a little bit of reprieve. The week before, I saw just so many people. And I just had to come up for a little bit of air. I love it because I love helping people. And trust me, if I can get them in, I'm going to get them in. But it was nice having a break, and I'm so refreshed. I just saw, you know, this week so far, I've seen someone on every half hour, and I just love it. There's nothing that motivates me more than helping people. And let me tell you, between purchases, renewals, refinances, and getting some people pre-approved, it is gangbusters out there.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, these rates are going to be prohibitive from people getting approved. Yes, it's tough. It's tough. And, you know, I might have said some discouraging words here to some people, maybe some first-time home buyers, they won't like us very much. But I think we're realists, and I think that's why people listen to our show. This is real talk.
Yeah. What parts of HRM are do you think the most attractive right now for first-time home buyers?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think I love Sackville for first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
I love Cole Harbor.
Yeah.
I love anywhere that is just outside of the core. I think there's more opportunity. And I think there's more homes for sale in that price point.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
What about 10 Talon?
I love 10 Talon.
Yeah.
You know, Spryfield, let's talk about it.
Yep.
You know, I can tell you when I started this 19 years ago, wasn't that popular to be buying a new home in Spryfield.
Yep.
There was some construction going on, but it wasn't too popular to be living around there.
Right.
Now, it's a place to be.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, Armdale, there's so many places where there's just so much construction, which is exciting for this 30-year AMP, so new construction, first-time home buyer, under $1 million. There's a lot of reasons why things are getting a lot more exciting in terms of real estate. You know, where first-time home buyers are buying, resale homeowners are selling and maybe buying more expensive houses or less expensive houses. There are going to be more transactions out there. More transactions, more activity is going to be good for the market. And at the end of the day, we need more units coming on hand. By units, I mean homes. And, you know, I think the builders are really here for it. I do have a concern, though. I'm concerned that, you know, we don't have enough skilled trades. I'm concerned about, you know, liquidity for builders. I'm concerned about supply chain issues. So it's going to be really interesting, the programs that the federal government is going to bring out. I'm going to be really here for it. We're going to be reporting it here on our show. You know, we're going to talk about some of these hard issues. You know, it's not all rainbows and unicorns when we talk about real estate and mortgage lending. There are some, downsides. There are some things that are not that exciting or that motivating or could be scary for people. But I think that we need to talk about it. There's a lot of taboo things that we talk about every day.
Yep. What's your take on densification? Because there's a lot of discussion about densifying the
We need
peninsula. Yeah.
Urban sprawl is not good.
Right.
But a lot of this construction is going to be in more sprawl areas. That's just reality. There's no land to build townhomes on the peninsula.
That's right.
That just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
We need more density here. We need transportation. And I'll say this again. All of Roby Street needs to be towers. All of Wise Road, where our Dartmouth office is, needs to be towers. And it will be in the next 20 plus years. It's going to be a long time for us to right our supply issues in terms of homes here in Halifax. We're behind. And we all need to work together. We need to do what we can. There's so many little old men and little old ladies that are sitting on homes that would be great for first-time home buyers that don't have a place to go and rent. That's the challenge. We need all types of real estate. And, it's going to be a bit of a vacuum for the next few years. A lot of this, the inventory that's going to come on is going to be sucked up. But we're going to get there. The one thing about Halifax, Nova Scotia, Atlantic Canada, we are resilient. And we will make it happen, and we will work together. And, there's nowhere that I would rather work and be a part of the conversation, Todd, here on our show, or being part of this real estate industry. I'm glad that I'm able to be involved and to be able to help as many people as we help every month and year, really achieve those goals.
Are we still seeing a lot of multiple offers out there? Is that happening? Bidding wars?
I'm going to say not as many.
Yeah.
They're happening, but not like to the tune of what was happening in 2021 and into 2022. I do want to report, I want to mention that, there was a report that in BC home prices were down 10%. We're not seeing that here. I think some of the stuff that's reported on the news is not Halifax-centric. Has there been some softening? I think longer real estate sits. It's more negotiable. People list it. They probably want to sell it. So, I think we're going to be watching. And I think we're going to see a lot more activity. I think that very first time the rate drops, and we haven't talked about the Bank of Canada at all this show, because we're going to have a lot to talk about here in June, I suspect.
That's right.
The first time that we see a rate drop, I think we're going to just see a ton of people just dive into the real estate market. And I think there's no time to enter like there was yesterday.
And like always, have a pre-approval when you're going out hunting for a house. I mean, you talk about
a solid pre-approval.
Endlessly, a solid pre-approval.
Yeah.
What is a solid pre-approval?
It's a credit review, income review, assets review. That's certainly what we do in our office. And, there's certainly pre-qualifications out there where you can get a pre-approval in 5 minutes or less. It's probably not going to be solid. And we see it every day. I got two clients today that were previously working with another lender, and I guess that pre-approval just didn't work out. We're going to turn it around or do our best. So if you're listening, we'll make it happen.
Okay. People want to know more about what you're all about. Give them all the deets.
I think check us out online at teamclinton.ca/radio. We have hundreds of blog posts. We have an online application, a secured portal on there. I think we might have been one of the only mortgage lenders that has a secure portal for an online application on their website. We have a mortgage calculator, and you have all the links to our social media, so you can see what Todd and I look like in real life.
Pretty handsome.
We don't look too shabby most days, hopefully. And there's links to our TikTok, our Instagram, Facebook, and anywhere where you want to consume your social media. We're probably there.
All right, great stuff, Clinton. Always a treat, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Todd. If you've liked what you've heard and you want to learn more, feel free to visit us online at teamclinton.ca.